Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a closer look at the BeeTune Bluetooth module. With this module, you can conveniently program your Crest ESC directly from your smartphone and adjust a wide range of settings through the app. First, let's take a look at what's included in the box. Inside, you'll find the Bluetooth module itself, a quick user guide, and a few nice stickers. At first glance, the module looks somewhat similar to the Hobbywing version. And since we have that module here as well, we can compare the two side by side. You can immediately see that the overall design is similar, but the BeeTune module is slightly larger. The thickness is almost identical, although there are some noticeable differences. The Hobbywing module features a metal housing and an external antenna. The BeeTune module, on the other hand, uses a plastic housing and does not have a visible antenna. In short, the two modules may look similar, but they are definitely not identical. Now let's move on to the installation. The ESC has a dedicated port for the module. Make sure the connector pins are facing toward you when plugging it in. Fortunately, it's impossible to connect the module with reversed polarity. Simply plug in the module, connect the battery, and then power on the ESC. If the green LED lights up, everything is connected correctly and ready to use. If the module is inserted the wrong way around, the indicator light will remain off and no connection will be established. Next, we'll take a look at the smartphone app and go through the features in a real-world demonstration. To prevent the fan noise from interfering with the recording, I've unplugged it for now. And with that, let's switch over to the phone. Now let's launch the app. This is what the interface looks like. If you're connecting for the first time, tap Connect at the bottom of the screen. The app will then display the available Bluetooth modules. Select your module from the list, enter the password when prompted, and you're connected. The module immediately detects that we're using an R60 ESC. This is what the main interface looks like. As you can see at the bottom, we're currently in the Center tab, the Home menu. Let's take a tour through the app, moving from right to left. We'll start with the gear icon on the right, which opens the Settings menu. At the top, you can change the language. Similar to the Hobbywing app, the available options are English and Chinese. Under Bluetooth module settings, you can customize the device name, change the password, check the installed firmware version, and verify whether you're already running the latest version. You also have the option to perform a factory reset if needed. To return to the previous menu, simply tap the back arrow in the upper left corner. And as you can see, all the navigation icons are displayed again along the bottom of the screen. Now let's move to the icon with the square and the arrow in the center, as well as the hardware version and the installed firmware version. You can also check here whether the latest firmware version is already installed. Let's head back to the main menu. Before we take a look at the menu with the three squares, let's first open the parameter menu on the left. Starting at the top, we have the Blinky section. Here you'll find several preset profiles, including Blinky mode, 1/10 off-road and 1/10 on-road. Next, we have the general settings. This section contains many of the settings that most of us are already familiar with from other ESCs. Overall, the selection looks quite comprehensive and well organized. One setting that stands out is the RPM limit. Let's keep that one in mind, because we'll come back to it later. One thing worth mentioning is that this ESC does not offer settings such as boost timing, turbo timing, or other advanced power modes. Those features are simply not available here. So let's continue with the icon we skipped earlier, the one with the three squares. This section displays the real-time data. As soon as I pull the throttle on the transmitter, you can see the live values responding immediately. The throttle input increases, the motor speed rises, and we're reaching around 5,000 revolutions per minute. You can also see the battery voltage, which is currently just over 8 volt, so the battery is already somewhat discharged. In addition, the app displays both the ESC temperature and the motor temperature in real time. Now let's go full throttle. As you can see, there's currently no RPM limit enabled, and the motor spins up to approximately 16,800 RPM. Remember that number, because earlier we saw that no limiter was active. Let's go back to the parameter menu and enable the RPM limit function. Here you can select a limit anywhere between 10,000 and 88,000 RPM in increments of 1,000 RPM. For this test, let's set the limit to 12,000 revolutions per minute. Save the setting, return to the live data screen, and apply full throttle again. It takes a moment to reach the target speed, but as you can see, the motor settles very close to 12,000 revolutions per minute. So the RPM limiter is clearly working as intended. Now let's try something else. We already know that the motor reaches around 16,800 revolutions per minute without any limit applied. So let's see if we can outsmart the system. I'll set the RPM limit to 20,000 revolutions per minute, save the setting, return to the live data screen, and go full throttle once again. And as you can see, nothing changes. The motor still tops out at around 16,800 revolutions per minute. So it's safe to say that the ESC won't magically exceed its natural maximum speed. You also have the option to switch the display from RPM to vehicle speed. Right now the center gauge is showing RPM, but with a tap it can display speed in kilometers per hour instead. What's nice is that you can customize this calculation in the settings menu. Here you can enter values such as your gear ratio, the number of motor poles if you know it, and your tire diameter. Let's enter 61 mm as an example and confirm the settings. Now the center display shows speed instead of RPM. Based on these settings, the app estimates a top speed of roughly 38 km per hour. Of course, you can switch back to RPM at any time, and we're once again seeing around 16,800 RPM at full throttle. Whether the displayed speed is perfectly accurate is something we'll have to verify in a real-world test using a GPS tracker. If you'd like, I can provide an update on that in a future video. Overall, I think it's a really useful feature. The app offers plenty of customization options. The ESC has been performing great during my testing, and the Bluetooth module has worked flawlessly so far. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to answer them. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon at the track. Thanks for watching.